Su-57, role, stealth multirole fighter. Origin, Russia. Top speed, 2,440 km per hour. Range, 5,500 km. Weight, 18,500 kg. Length, 22 meters. Engine type, Turbofan. Manufacturers, Komsomolsk-on-Amur aircraft plant. Unit cost, $50 million to $100 million. Number built, 12 as of 2020. The Su-57 is a single-seat, twin-engine stealth multirole fighter developed by Sukhoi for the Russian aerospace forces. The aircraft is the product of the PAK-FA fighter program that would form the basis for a family of stealth combat aircraft. The Su-57 is the first fighter in Russian military service to feature stealth technology. According to Sukhoi, the multirole fighter is designed to have supercruise, supermaneuverability, stealth, and integrated avionics to overcome the previous generation's fighter aircraft as well as ground and naval defenses. The Su-57 is intended to succeed the MiG-29 and Su-27 in the Russian Air Force and entered service in December 2020. The aircraft is expected to have a service life of up to 35 years. The aircraft has a blended wing-body fuselage and incorporates all moving horizontal and vertical stabilizers. The advanced flight control system and thrust vectoring nozzles make the aircraft departure-resistant and highly maneuverable in both pitch and yaw, enabling the aircraft to perform very high angles of attack maneuvers such as the Pugachev's Cobra and the Bell maneuver, along with doing flat rotations with little altitude loss. The Su-57 has a climb rate ranging from 330 meters per second to 361 meters per second. The aircraft makes extensive use of composites, with the material comprising 25% of the structural weight and almost 70% of the outer surface. Designed from the outset as a multirole aircraft, the Su-57 has substantial internal payload capacity. Weapons are housed in two tandem main weapons bays between the engine nacelles and smaller bulged, triangular section bays near the wing root. Its aerodynamics and engines enable it to achieve Mach 2 and fly supersonic without afterburners, or supercruise, a significant kinematic advantage over previous generations of aircraft. Combined with a high fuel load, the fighter has a supersonic range of over 1,500 kilometers, more than twice that of the Su-27. The Su-57 is planned to be the first operational aircraft in Russian Air Force service to use stealth technology. Similar to other stealth fighters such as the F-22, the airframe incorporates planform edge alignment to reduce its radar cross-section, RCS. The leading and trailing edges of the wings and control surfaces and the serrated edges of skin panels are carefully angled to reduce the number of directions the radar waves can be reflected. Weapons are carried internally in weapons bays within the airframe, and antennas are recessed from the surface of the skin to preserve the aircraft's stealthy shape. According to Sukhoi's radar blocker patent, the slanted blocker grid is placed in front of the IGV at a distance of 0.7 to 1.2 times the diameter of the duct. The fuselage of the aircraft is coated with RAM to absorb radar emissions and reduce the reflection back to the source. The Su-57's design emphasizes frontal stealth, with RCS reducing features most apparent in the forward hemisphere. The shaping of the aft fuselage, the seams between parts, and rivets are much less optimized for radar stealth compared to the F-22. The Su-57 is powered by a pair of NPO Saturn Izdali 117 or AL-41F1 augmented turbofans. The AL-41F1 is a highly improved and uprated variant of the AL-31 that powers the Su-27 family. The engines have full authority digital engine control, FADEC, and are integrated into the flight control system to facilitate maneuverability and handling.
Staring down the barrel, waiting for the final gaze.
The Su-57 prototype has two tandem main internal weapon bays, each approximately 4.4 meters long and 0.9 meters wide, and two small triangular section weapon bays that protrude under the fuselage near the wing root. Vimpel is developing two ejection launchers for the main bays, the UVK-U50L for missiles weighing up to 300 kilograms and the UVK-U50U for ordnance weighing up to 700 kilograms. For air-to-air combat, the Su-57 is expected to carry 4 beyond visual range missiles in its two main weapons bays and 2 short-range missiles in the wing root weapons bays. The primary medium-range missile is the active radar homing R-77M, an upgraded R-77 variant with AESA seeker, dual-pulse motor, and conventional rear fins. The short-range missile is the infrared homing R-74M2, an upgraded R-74 variant with reduced cross-section for internal carriage. A clean sheet designed short-range missile designated KMD is being developed to eventually replace the R-74M2. For longer-ranged applications, 4 large Izdali 810 beyond visual range missiles can be carried, with 2 in each main weapons bay. Reportedly, the fighter will also be able to carry the long-range hypersonic R-37M missile. The main bays can also accommodate air-to-ground missiles such as the KH-38M, as well as multiple KAB-250 or KAB-500 precision-guided bombs. The aircraft is also expected to carry further developed AS-20 Kayak anti-ship missile and AS-11 Kilter anti-radiation missile. BrahMos Aerospace Chief Ashivatanu Pillai stated that there was a possibility of the installation of BrahMos supersonic cruise missile on the Su-57. The aircraft has an internally mounted 30mm autocannon near the right Levcon root. The cannon can fire blast fragmentation, incendiary and armor-piercing tracer rounds and is effective against even lightly armored ground. On the 8th of February 2018, Deputy Minister of Defense Yuri Borisov said that the first stage of state trials had been concluded and that the combat trials were on schedule. During the interview, he also reported that the contract for an initial batch of 12 aircraft was to be signed in 2018. First 2 serial units were ordered in August 2018, with term of delivery by 2020. On the 27th of September 2019, Russian Ministry of Defense released a video showcasing the first flight of the Okhotnik alongside Su-57. Reportedly, the UAV operated autonomously and flew for more than 30 minutes interacting with the Su-57 to test extending the fighter's radar and target designation range for use of long-range air-launched weapons from the outside of enemy air defenses. On the 24th of March 2020, the Russian Ministry of Defense released a video with the first demonstration of the fighter firing an air-to-air missile. The Su-57 in the video fires what appears to be a short-range R-74 missile series. According to the executive director of Rostec Corporation, Oleg Yevtushenko, Su-57 have been flight tested several thousand hours. The flight test's experience, as well as the results of the investigation of the first serial airplane crash, are used by the aircraft developers.